a red card, mate.
Red card on Terrace.
Red card on the ankle. Serious red card. Serious foul.
Just checking the red card for serious foul play. Okay, it's going for serious foul play, not dogs though. Okay, for me, I think the contact's on the top of the foot.
Got another I think he catches him on the side of the ankle first. It glances off the side of the ankle down onto the foot.
Just there, yeah.
So the first impact is more that Achilles area.
Achilles on the shin. Pause on point contact, please.
Yep. With no chance of playing the ball.
So it's high up above the ankle, then it comes back down.
Yep.
Okay, we've got some confrontation as well here. Okay, just get me the number, please.
Yep.
It's number 49, Lewis-Skelly.
49, yeah, Lewis-Skelly, yeah. Michael?
Yes.
Confirming the on-field decision of red card for serious foul play for Myles Skelly, away 49. Check complete.
Before we listen to what Howard Webb and Michael Owen have got to say, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribing. But for me, they're still digging. They still continue to dig. And there's a few words I want you to remember from that opening piece when the VAR and the assistant VAR are talking to one another. Catches with the studs. Glances with the studs. Remember, this is checking that serious foul play was committed. And they use words like the studs, glanced and catched and skimmed. Words to that effect. Very, very important. Let's take a look at what Howard Webb and that's got to say. As I say, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Get your comments in below. But let's take a little listen.
Right, Howard, this one caused, a big storm, a lot of debate. I personally thought, I was doing the game actually, and I thought yellow card when I first saw it. I thought he was just breaking up an attack.
Everybody thought yellow card when they first saw it. The world.
Really, a bit cynical, but I didn't think there was any aggression in it. What's your take on it?
Yeah, you're right. It caused a lot of noise, this one, didn't it? Not all in a normal or good way as well.
That dig as well, absolutely not necessary. Arsenal, you're right, broke the rules by surrounding the referee. They've been rightfully punished for it. But let's also be 100 about this. Referees get surrounded on a regular basis. Why is it only, when Arsenal did it or when Man United did it in the Spurs game, is there suddenly a big problem? I didn't think that was necessary from Howard Webb there. His team, his VAR team, all their kind of social media puppets back them. That is on them that this got so big for not admitting their mistake and not rectifying it at the source straight away.
From the outset, I want to say we would prefer a yellow card in this situation. Clearly, the referee...
Not prefer, it is a yellow card. It is a 100% yellow card.
...on the day felt that the actions of Myles Lewis-Skelly were serious foul play. He saw a player moving in towards an opponent without any ability to play the ball, without any intention of playing the ball, with the intention of stopping the opponent, and the referee...
Yes, a cynical foul done 20 or 30 or 40 times a game. Maybe 40 is a bit exaggerated, but you get my point.
Sees a raised foot make high contact and then the opponent go down. So, in his opinion, it was serious foul play. The VAR checked the footage to see whether that decision was clearly and obviously wrong and determined that it wasn't.
Remember what he said there. They checked to see whether it's clearly and obviously wrong. First of all, clearly and obviously wrong, we still don't know what that means. It's a little bit of a generic buzzword. It's very... There's so many interpretations that you could have. What does that mean, clear and obvious mistake? But remember that Howard Webb said that, coupled in together with glanced and skimmed and just touched the leg, that the VAR, we heard them say during their review of the incident, because it's very, very important to remember that.
Seeing that contact that was quite high on the leg. But of course, we know that for serious foul play, we need excessive force or brutality. And what we see here is that high contact glancing and coming off the leg quite quickly. So
there we go. There needs to be force and brutality in the tackle. And as Howard Webb said, what we saw was a glance off the leg. Now, I understand in real time the referee's got it wrong. That happens. He's getting one look at it. But this is where VAR is flawed. They do this clear and obvious error stuff. But no one really knows, we as viewers, they haven't ever really broke it down to us and explained. How big an error does it have to be? What is a clear and obvious error? We don't hear what the referee is saying. We only get the edited versions. Maybe they're not. Maybe I believe they're a little bit edited. These videos we get a week, 2, 3 weeks later at times. What does that even mean? And some of you will go, well, Terry, it's obvious what it means. It means X. But I guarantee if you keep reading the comments, there'll be 4 or 5 or 6 different variations of what clear and obvious means. Therefore, nobody knows the definition. We need a clear definition so we understand it. But this is where it really falls down. The VAR and the assistant VAR both mentioned that he grazes and glances and slightly touches the calf and ankle with the studs. Serious foul play means there has to be strong force and brutality. So how have they not noticed the clear and obvious mistake? How is, if that isn't deemed a clear and obvious mistake, what is? My reasoning, my belief as to why they've got this wrong is because they're always looking to defend the referee's decision. They're always looking, it's very short-sighted. Everything is very short-sighted. Let's get the decision right. Let's look for a reason that the decision could be right to protect our colleague, as opposed to, you messed up, mate, we've got to change this. We all know referees make mistakes in real time, which is why when the offside wasn't given against Leicester, when Man United conceded a penalty in the FA Cup with no VAR, I was frustrated at the mistake, but I understood it. Where my frustration with the PGMOL comes from is they have the opportunity to rectify these mistakes and they're missing them. And this was a gargantuan mistake that they missed. And the fact that they're literally describing Lewis-Skelly's tackle as glancing and slight is the complete opposite of what they're checking for, which is serious foul play. Which tells me they weren't looking to give the correct decision. They were looking to back the referee. And that, for me, is horrendous. And it's why this Arsenal went on to win the game. But they still cheated Arsenal in that moment, at that time. And it could have cost them. And I, like everybody in recent weeks, have criticised Arsenal's transfer window, mistakes they've made in games, players missing chances. But it doesn't mean we can ignore this craziness.
For that reason, everybody pretty much in the game has formed the same conclusion that we now form, that this is falling short of serious foul play because of that glancing contact, because the studs don't really go right into the leg, they glance it before coming down.
And that's a really good piece there. And again, that's some good information. So we see a lot of tackles like this. I remember one in the Man United game, and I think it was Soboslai a couple of seasons ago, where he makes contact with his studs on a player's knee. But when you watch it in real time, he touches the knee, and it's almost like an instant recoil away. And it was given as a yellow card. VAR checked it, and they said it wasn't serious foul play. That makes sense. If that foot and the stud hits the knee, follows through, absolute red card. And I think that distinction is great. It's been made here by Howard Webb. That is what we need. This is the type of education that we need from the PGMOL. So as fans, we can watch it and say, well, actually, the studs made contact, but as soon as they did, you could see the player pull his leg back. He didn't follow through. All his weight didn't go through. He wasn't lunging through the air. Therefore, we all know it's a yellow. That's the type of information that I think we all need.
Onto the foot, Tavine. The VAR didn't want to re-referee the situation.
This whole re-refereeing, it's become a bit of a joke. I understand the concept of not re-refereeing, but that doesn't mean we should ignore mistakes, especially if there isn't a clear outline of what clear and obvious means. Look, they've only put one video up, which I always find frustrating as well. If you go, though, onto the Premier League's website, they have on the web page posted they've actually released this one really early, actually. They normally take a few weeks, where Jota's penalty was overturned against Wolves. There's the Lewis-Skelly situation that we just spoke about. They haven't released video footage of all the others. You can see here there was the potential... There was a free kick Bournemouth free kick caught by Chelsea goalkeeper Robert Sanchez, but off the ball, Bournemouth David Brooks and catches Cucurella. They explained that one, which was actually pretty good when you read through it. There is this incident here of Aston Villa's free kick, the ball played to John McGinn. Why was it given offside? There's a few they've missed out. There was a few over the course of January that have been missed that people are frustrated with. But go and take a look at them and read them and hear what they're saying. I think it's very important that we hold the PGMOL to account when it comes to officiating our games. Just like we do our football teams, just like we do our managers for making mistakes is important. But for me, again, yes, they've rescinded the red card on Lewis-Skelly. Still no out-and-out apology for this absolutely horrendous mistake. And my biggest problem with Michael Owen, when you watch the full video, if you go onto Sky Sports' YouTube page now, he kind of half defends it and says the more he looks at it, he can understand it, he sees it, he gets where it's coming from. Again, ignoring the elephant in the room. The exact reasons that Howard Webb gave as to why it isn't serious foul play and why it was so quickly overturned and the red card rescinded was literally discussed by the VAR and the VAR's assistant, and yet they still didn't see the error in real time. What has been done about that? What's the education process? What's the disciplinary process? How does it impact their jobs? And this is a multi-billion-pound organisation where every game has so many permutations. What's being done? Where are these questions? Where are these hard-hitting questions into the PGMOL? Look, we saw Arsenal got cheated in this circumstance. They did. But thankfully, from their perspective, it didn't cost them. We've seen so many others in the Premier League in the last couple of years. Liverpool and that crazy offside decision with Luis Diaz as a prime example. Wolves conceding penalties for players kicking the floor that stand out. This season, Danny Ings getting a penalty against United where it was just a coming together. We've seen pushes in the back, 3 pushes in the back in the last week, not given us fouls, but yet Joel Linton on Gabriel last season was given as okay. A week after that, Liverpool have a goal disallowed Man City have a goal disallowed against Liverpool for a slight push. Which is it? Can you nudge? Can you push in the back or not? We have to get these things questioned. We have to be educated on this as fans. As ever, I'd love to get your views, your opinions in the comment section below. Take care, goodbye, God bless, and I'll see you all again soon. Peace!